and punch himself out, but certainly he won the round. Floyd Mayweather Jr., who is, by all accounts, pretty enamored with Chad Dawson as an overall boxer. He, of course, here in the arena.
You think a guy of that stature, even though he's not fighting anymore, but you think he could get better seats?
I know. Look, he was with Bob Uecker up there.
Man, nosebleed territory. Well, anyway, let's see where Dawson picks up here in round 7. What a twist. Yeah. Dawson doing the talking, not Tarver.
Well, it's an interesting pivotal round now, too, because Dawson, by all accounts, gave away the last round. I think Tarver has won 2 of the first 6 rounds. You can say 2 or 1.
Now it's welcome back Dawson as he chops away. Look at these hard body shots, and then upstairs goes Chad Dawson, flailing away, winging, and just like an octopus, smothering Tarver on the ropes. There's press row, and it's still all Dawson. The biggest disparity is Jeff Haney, the Las Vegas Sun.
I have it 58-56 for Dawson, so I agree with Kevin Iole and Jeff Haney. And this round, obviously, Dawson's been much more aggressive and has controlled it. So it makes you feel like it was a deliberate ploy in round 6 to fight the way he did.
I don't think there's any question about it. Unless we completely misread that, but I doubt it. Midway through the 7th. Oh, nice right hand. It wasn't flush, but it got Tarver's attention.
Thank you. Tarver himself doing some body work in this round, but Dawson has done great body work. That's a 5-punch combination. Yep. That's as pretty as it gets.
Tarver has no answer for that hand speed of Chad Dawson.
Tarver is using his jab a lot more in the last 3 or 4 rounds, and that's helped him, especially in the last one when he did a really good job. There's the uppercut, but those punches not having a monstrous effect on Chad Dawson.
Doesn't have much steam behind him. Oh, body shots just taking it out of Tarver. Jane 80 cautioning Dawson to get the punches higher. Oh, these inside uppercuts, a little holding and hitting by Dawson. Dawson on the attack, and then he lets up. Jannady, not a guy who allows a lot of clinching or grabbing, though it may not factor in this fight, although it could as this fight wears on if Tarver gets tired.
Both men have been working a lot on the inside when they're there.
Well, it's always a family affair with Chad Dawson, Crystal on hand. Now, I'll give you $1. Is that Prince or Chance?
Good job, baby.
Tough to tell.
Stay focused. Okay, but hands up, baby. I need your hands up. That's all. Show me.
We will show you in graphic terms how these combinations go. The left, a couple of left hands, and the right, and you'll see these punches as they flow in combination. Double jab, then he goes to the body. And what's interesting about these combinations are he mixes them to the head and the body. Chad Dawson is so fast, he makes you get in a defensive posture. There's a triple jab that lands to the head of Antonio Tarver.
Tough night for Tarver, big night for Chad Dawson, who says, you know what, I'm not about the belts. That's why he gave up the WBC belt. He says, hey, you know, I'll be honest, I'm about the money and about getting the best fights and about going to the next level and someday being pound for pound #1. That's the philosophy of Chad Dawson.
Now, on my scorecard, and probably on two of our press row scores, I have Dawson ahead by 3 points at this juncture. Of course, the official judges can see it differently. So this is a fight that Antonio Tarver's not out of by any stretch of the imagination, but he's going to have to perform better in these middle rounds to try and win some or land something really big to turn the tide.
And the problem there is, though, Al, Dawson is repeatedly making Tarver miss. I mean, Tarver's getting some punches in there, but They don't have the kind of power that Dawson's punches have. It's got to be frustrating to Tarver.
And Dawson's defense, sometimes a little underrated, has been very good in this fight for the most part.
Between rounds last time, Tarver's corner was telling him the only way you can win this is by a knockout. Well, they may be right.
Well, that's maybe a little overstatement, but to get their man to focus and get some things done here.
Dawson's never lost. He's 26-0 with a no contest, 17 knockouts. Tarver 27-4, 19 knockouts. Tarver never stopped.
This is another round on which Chad Dawson runs the risk of allowing Tarver to steal. And there's a great combination by Dawson.
A little bit of swelling along the right eye of Dawson. Dawson went into this fight not looking for the knockout. I asked him about that. I said, "Do you want to be the first guy to stop Tarver?" He said, "No, it's not my mindset," but he sure is doing a number on him.
Those are great combinations, and he's a very precise puncher, Chad Dawson.
He just wants to win. He doesn't care how it comes.
I'm going to tell you what this also puts in perspective. How terrific Len Johnson was in his last fight against Dawson. Dawson fought the same way. Len Johnson was able to hang in there. Now Tarver getting raked over the coals.
Dawson turns it up. This is just an unmerciful beating that last sequence.
And Tarver's punches, very much arm punches.
That clip, Dawson, that left hand, didn't have full impact. Right above us.
Dawson will explode here in a minute. There he goes.
He hears the final 10 seconds. Oh, beautiful left-right combination. Uppercut, straight left. That was impressive by Dawson.
Yeah, you know they're not going to give us a decision. You know that. We have to knock this guy out. You know that. Come on. Sit down on your punches. Step to the side sometimes. Improvise. Let your hands go. Okay. Come on. Don't give this guy this belt, man.
Now here's where the defense of Dawson that we talked about is in play, but then he takes advantage of it, you know. And Gil Clancy, the great fight trainer and broadcaster, his words were, make him miss and make him pay. And that's exactly what Chad Dawson did there. Made Tarver miss and then unleashed those combinations.
And you heard the frustration in the voice of Jimmy Williams, one of the great people in boxing, the trainer for Tarver. Tarver almost a look of resignation, very discouraged. As we hit round 9 for the IBF Light Heavyweight Championship. A destination fight, a fight that people have been waiting a long time for. And it is turning into a big night for Chad Dawson if he can hold on here.
You know, it's interesting. It's not that Antonio Tarver hasn't gotten a few things done in this fight. Landing some punches, but just not nearly enough. Chad Dawson's volume of punches is so much better and his accuracy is better.
And another look at press row. Let's see, Jeff Haney has it 79-73. According to the press row judges, if Tarver wins the final 4 rounds, the best he can get is a majority draw.
Yeah, I'm on board with the 78-74 scores. Tarver again pushing forward. And again, he's fighting a fight that is different strategically than he is used to. When that happens sometimes, you're not going to be quite as effective. Now, of course, he has to come forward. He's so far behind in this fight.
Yeah, we are getting to that point where Tarver is going to need something dramatic.
It's ironic. Dawson, they sparred with Derek Harmon, a good veteran left-hander who's very good at counterpunching and emulating what Tarver did, and yet they haven't had to face that exact style. It's been different. He was able to lure Tarver in and be the counterpuncher and the boxer himself, Chad Dawson.
Tarver's fought a few southpaws. He had a little problem in the first fight with Harding, Jeff Harding. He won the second fight. And And Harding put Dawson down in the first round. Dawson came back and won.
Yes, indeed.
He fought Reggie Johnson, did Tarver. I think that was a split decision win for Tarver.
Yeah.
And then a couple of more guys, but, you know, nondescript.
It's different for both these men. You know, you don't see that many lefties if you're a lefty. Tarver has landed some good straight lefts in this round. They're not hurting Chad Dawson. This is one of the closer rounds of the last few. Whether Tarver's doing enough to win it remains to be seen.
It's a more active round for Tarver,
yes.
more aggressive. But back comes Dawson here. A series of blows to the head. There's that beautiful uppercut, straight left combination again by Dawson. That has worked throughout the night. And he's smart. He throws that uppercut from close range.
Antonio Tarver wanted to switch to righty there. I don't think that'd be a terrible idea, just to change up a little bit against Dawson.
Wicked body work here. And then the left uppercut to the chin. Right on the point of the chin of Antonio Tarver. Let's go over to Karen Bryant. Karen.